Have you dreamed in Japanese yet?
I've had some Japanese in dreams, but I wouldn't
Uh-huh.
say that I'm like dreaming in full on Japanese. But there's been a couple times where I've woken up and been like, whoa, that was definitely some Japanese going on in my dream. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that when that happens, eventually your brain, when you are awake, your brain starts, what's that, making that output.
Mm,
Because now it's basically you're learning and you're storing, information in your brain. So
yeah.
you have that input, which is, I think that in volume, it is much, much larger than the output.
Hmm.
And then you need that certain saturation, or how can I put it, there is a level, which when you get beyond that level in terms of input, then you cannot hold it anymore. So that's
Hmm.
when your brain starts pouring out all the information you have remembered, or you have all the words and grammar
Yeah.
you have learned, and so on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
that,
don't.
Yeah.
getting in the flow is
Mm-hmm.
an interesting phenomenon, because so I used to do a lot of seminars only in English, only in Japanese, and then I would do both, but it was very structured in my way,
Mm.
right? And so if let's say I just spent the day, all my seminars, I'm only speaking Japanese. I'm talking to I'm listening to it. And while you're in the game,
Mm.
this Japanese is flowing out of my mouth, and vocabulary that I learned long ago just is right there on the tip of my tongue. And sometimes I would like, who is talking? Like it didn't sound like me sometimes, right? But
Yeah.
you're in a flow. And then
Mm.
when I would go try to speak English, my English was coming out funny because my brain was still it was in Japanese mode. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right.
I-
And then if I'm speaking English all day and then I go home and speak to Kurumi, my Japanese was coming out funny.
Yeah. I
And
can.
because I'm in that mode. I don't, do you ever feel that, Hannah?
Oh yeah, totally. Like certainly, like almost like you're spinning the something in your language, and then certainly different. You have to spin another one, and
Yeah.
and then my mind is start thinking something in English. Like no, I have to speak Japanese, and then like that pressure that I'm putting on myself is really not working to speak Japanese. And
Yeah.
And I think this is why, at least for me, I can't speak for other people. I'm not a professional interpreter, but anyone who has ever worked for a Japanese company has been asked to interpret, whether you
Yeah.
like it or not.
Oh
And you
yeah.
can't say no because they
yeah,
think, oh, you're bilingual, you can do it, right?
Mm.
That is the most mentally exhausting thing I can think of doing. Like
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
nothing tires me more. I'd rather do it all in Japanese or all in English, but going back and forth,
yeah.
that's why I love interpreters.